1936. While much of the United States has moved on from the Depression, certain parts are still in abject poverty, including children and orphans in cities. One studio was brave enough to tackle this subject in a cartoon. In the mid-1930s, it could be argued that Hollywood was out of touch with how many Americans were living their lives. Hollywood is all about glamour, stars, and helping people to escape from their reality. Unfortunately, Hollywood was not really looking much at reality itself. Live-action films of the 1930s tended to avoid the Great Depression and avoided other troubles that were happening throughout the world. Nobody wanted to talk about what was really happening around them. Even the animated cartoons of the 1930s tended to avoid any controversial subjects. Being immigrants from New York in the early part of the 1900s, the Fleischer Brothers had a keen understanding of what the children of New York and other urban environments during the 1930s were experiencing.
Give me a kiss. Me too. Supper's ready. I'm gonna joke. I'm still hungry, Ma. Oh, that's all right. I was only fooling. Good night.
All for you, yes.
For us?
For you, yes.
Ouch!
Somewhere in Dreamland is not the only example of the Fleischer Studio being socially conscious.
and wooden shoes. There's a story nearly everyone knows, and I'll tell you how it goes. There's a little Dutch mill on a little Dutch hill.
1935 Song of the Birds taught children how to have compassion for those around them. Fleischer had learned how to make films that were socially conscious and interesting to watch. Now he just needed a cartoon star that could bring all of these elements together in one film. Before becoming successful with the theme of social responsibility, the Fleischers were successful with another theme in their films: sex.
You can feed me bread and water. What a great big snail cake. Oh, but don't take my Boogaloo away. You can say my voice is awful, or my song not too risque. Oh, but don't take my Boogaloo away.
Come on, no, I got your picture.
By 1934, the Hayes office in Hollywood was finally ready to put the production code into place, which limited what could be shown on screen and enforced morality from Middle America to be put into films. Whether the production code was right or wrong, the Fleischer Studio was the most impacted studio in Hollywood when it came to cartoons.
Pudgy through this act, will you please?
Oh, really? Okie doke. That's easy. You just watch me. I'll get that Pudgy. All right, all right. Wake up, Pudgy. Oh, come on and get up, you little lazy bum. My, what a lazy dog. All he needs is some pep, Uncle Mac.
Well, maybe you're right, Betty.
Oh, I'm sure I am. You gotta have pep. You gotta have energy in large amounts. Nowadays it's speed that counts. You gotta have pep. You gotta have pep. You gotta have vitamins from A to Z to give you speed and energy. You gotta have pep. Milk and eggs will give you dancing legs. Fruits and greens, peas and beans.
The closest the Fleischers ever came to creating a studio-owned star was Grampy, who was introduced in the Betty Boop cartoons. He was special because he was very much like the Fleischers themselves, innovative and interested in technology.
Grampy, let's shout hip hip hooray. I'm here to say that he's okay with lots to spare. Oh, for Grampy, let happy days begin. It's up to you to put him in the mayor's chair. Then if things get tough
The Fleischers' preference for finding technically minded solutions to a problem led them to using live-action footage as the basis for making more realistic-looking animation. The Fleischers proved to be technical innovators during the 1920s in several areas. By the 1930s, the Fleischers were making live-action backgrounds to their cartoons. The Fleischers' love for innovation all culminated in the character of Grampy.
Ah! Oh, no. Hooray! I've got it!
Today, Disney is seen as the king of animated cartoon music, but in the late 1930s, the jury was still out.
Here comes that good-for-nothing brat of a boy. He's such a devil, I could whip him with joy. He's been carousing at the Burley Q. Just watch me teach him with the sole of my shoe. Small fry, strutting by the pool room. Small fry, should be in the schoolroom. My, put down that cigarette. You ain't grown up high and mighty yet.
Oh, look out, someday you're gonna fall. Look out, you aren't fine at all.
Spend the night at the Cobweb Hotel. You find that the service is swell.
My mama don't allow no music played in here. She don't allow no music in here. But what I care what she don't allow, I play my music anyhow. My mama don't allow no music in here. Now my mama don't allow no piano playing in here. She don't allow no piano playing in here. But what I care what she don't allow, I play my piano anyhow.
Folks, now here's a story about Minnie the Moocher. She was a red-hot hoochie coocher. She was the roughest frail. Many had a heart as big as a whale. Ho-dee-ho-dee-ho. Ho-dee-ho-dee-ho. Hi-dee-hi-dee-hi-dee. Hi-dee-hi-dee-hi-dee. He-dee-he-dee-he. He-dee-he-dee. See my baby there, she sits out on a long white table. She's so sweet, so calm, so fair. Let her go, oh bless her. Wherever she may be, she will search this wide world over, but she'll never find another sweet man like me.
I'll see you somewhere in dreamland, somewhere in dreamland tonight. Over a bridge made of moonbeams, we'll find the clouds are silver light. Each little star is a castle, shining a welcome so bright. Dreams will come true for me and you, somewhere in dreamland tonight.
Fleischer Classic will now be shown in full.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas! Christmas comes but once a year. Now it's here, bringing us the joy of cheer. Tra-la-la-la-la. You and me and he and she, and we are glad because. Why? Because there is a Santa Claus. Oh, Christmas comes but once a year. Now it's here, bringing us the joy of cheer. Tra-la-la-la-la. Teddy bear. Teddy bear.
Christmas comes but once a year. Now it's here, bringing lots of joy and cheer. Tra-la-la-la-la. There is a Santa Claus. Christmas comes but once a year. Now it's here, bringing lots of joy and cheer. Tra-la-la-la-la. Oh! What's the matter in here, I wonder? poor kids. What can I do? Let me think. Huh? Ah! Oh, no. Hooray! I've got it!
Christmas Comes But Once a Year proved to be the ultimate Fleischer cartoon, combining all the things that they did well into one film. But what happened to this cartoon? Ultimately, the film industry, Fleischer, and audiences treated the film and all of its elements just like any other film from the Fleischer catalog. It was seen as a one-off and not very successful at that. However, something funny happened. The film took on a life of its own. Parents have used the short as an example of the true meaning of Christmas. Schools have shown the short as an example of ways to giving to others during the holiday season. Churches, YMCAs, and other institutions have used the short to show children how to be more generous. Of course, the short also influenced animators, including this one. It is this animator's favorite film.